Our third big idea from this course is joint media engagement. Concerning the overarching question, what is learning, our debaters will attempt to give examples of successful learning with technology and perhaps some of the issues technology brings to the topic of learning. This is our visual representation of joint media engagement, and it's mostly focusing on the engagement portion where these children are working together in collaboration and are engaged in technology and engaged with each other. And so we'll see what our debaters have to say. Let's begin.
So nowadays with technology booming like it is, what do you think about people using technology and media for learning?
Yeah, well, with joint media engagement, I love the fact that it can occur spontaneously or in a structured environment, and it can be with any group of people together. And so it really has a lot of variety with how it could be used, which I think is really great. And I think you can use it with your lived experiences to draw on. Like in a design project we did, we found that we could use ways to use technology to bring the family together through joint media engagement, which is really cool to see that in a practical sense. And Stephen said that if technology matches child's interest, it can encourage a sustained exploration of the topic, which in turn can occur or bring knowledge development. And so I think that with JME, it motivates interest, but from that interest, it motivates the learner to be engaged and retain the knowledge. So I think JME is a great part of learning.
Yeah, I think so too. There's such the obvious cons to it, such as a kid or anybody is staring at a computer screen for a really long time. That's gotta be kind of detrimental to your health, And also, nowadays there's it's pretty clear that science and technology is a lot more focused on boys, and so I think that gender roles and gender norms have a huge play in joint media engagement, And so, for example, we read an article by Barron and Martin when they talked about how this longitudinal study looked at science talk between mothers and their kids, and particularly their sons, and they found that mothers were a lot more likely to talk about science with their sons. And it's just little things like that where how do we encourage more girls to be learning through technology and science? And another thing is that I was at the Amazon bookstore and they had a section for kids, and there was this section that had little tablets and the kids would play with them, and it honestly looked like just that the kids were just sitting there isolated on the tablets while their parents, their mom or their dad, could just walk around in the bookstore, and it wasn't very interactive with one another. They weren't interacting, it just seemed like something to keep the kids busy. I just wonder if there's a way to make it more interactive so there's more learning going on.
It's interesting you say that because I attended a UW grad fair a couple weeks ago where some representatives at their booths with a certain grad program were using tablets to show the learners that were coming to learn about a specific program different facts or exciting things about being in a certain program. And I think that was a positive way of using technology to bring in this learner and kind of a teacher role to work together and kind of enter this world of what it could be like in a certain program. So I think that is one of those great ways that joint media engagement can bring people together to learn something who have different skill levels or knowledge about a certain subject.
Yeah.